gear here, my helmet, socks, all kinds of wrist pads and wrist guards and knee pads and elbow pads and all those good things. And then here are my skates. My skates. All right, I am out here in Indiana. It is hard to believe that this is flipping December. It's amazing out. I can't stop being outside. I really don't want to go back home and go inside, but my muscles are really sore after my skate session today. And yeah, it just kind of triggered me to make me think, hey, what better time than to start talking about a few things I wish I would have known before I started roller skating. So, tip number 1, get your safety gear. Your safety gear is really important for multiple reasons. Now, when I first started skating, and this was a couple months ago, maybe about 3-ish months ago, off and on, all I had was a helmet and wrist guards. And you know what that meant? That meant that I was scared to fall. I was scared of skating fast. I was scared of any maneuver that would potentially risk me falling down and busting my knees, me falling down and hurting my elbows. I all of a sudden started seeing an influx of injury reports coming on my Facebook feed too. So it really kind of, sorry, there was a cleaning lady back there. So it really kind of spooked me to fall. I know it's additional money. I get it. We have budgets. I understand budgets, but I will say this. It's kind of like one of those things like, don't go to the restaurant if you can't afford to pay the tip on top of the dinner. Don't get into skating and start skating if you can't afford to get a helmet, elbow pads, knee pads, wrist guards, you know, the whole shebang. I have not gotten a tailbone protector yet, but I will say I have triggered a flare-up injury on my butt. I fell really hard the other week, and while it's not incredibly painful, if I tighten the muscles in the buttocks, yeah, I'm feeling that flare up for sure. So even padded shorts might be a good idea. If you catch yourself falling backwards a lot, go ahead and invest in some padded shorts or a little butt pad as well to help protect that tailbone, because you don't want to deal with that. I would say item number 2, thing that I wish I knew before I started roller skating, make sure your skates fit. I was interested last year. For some reason I got kind of obsessed with the idea of skating in 2019. I didn't even really start skating, like putting on the skates and skating, until this year, but I got super obsessed. I got these little buttes down here. They are Hyde roller skates, and they don't even manufacture these anymore. They are vintage skates. Obviously they have seen a little wear and tear down here around the toe. But anywho's, the only problem is my toes actually end right about here. There's about this much gap at the end. It's not too bad, but I didn't know what I was doing. I was desperate to get a pair of skates the other year. I got them off Facebook Marketplace. I love them. I will always love these skates. These are like my first love on skates. But yeah, they don't quite fit me perfectly. They're super duper narrow, and I have really wide duck feet, basically. I think the width on these skates is about 3 inches, and my foot's really more like 4.5, 4 inches. And since they're not suede, they're a man-made upper. It hurts. It hurts, and also I can't use my toe stops very well because my foot slides within the boot, and it makes it just a little bit difficult to maneuver. So try to make sure you get a good fit on your skates. I would definitely look up on how the skates are supposed to fit. I was reading up on Moxie Beach Bunnies, and for a lot of people, they said it was super stiff of a fit. So I don't like the idea of that. I want something that's super padded and comfy. So right now I'm kind of got my eyes out on the mirror ball moon boots from Moonlight Rollers. They're all sold out. Who knows when they're coming back in stock, but they are a pure suede upper. They're super padded, and people say they have a really wide, roomy toe box, and you're supposed to size to size and a half down from your street shoe size. So I think it might be a perfect fit for me. So I'm looking forward to getting those. I will report further on how a proper fitting pair of skates, maybe with some extra padding and stuff like that and a wider toe box, might improve my skating skills, because unfortunately anytime my foot slides in my boot, woo, we lose balance, we fall really fast, and I will not be doing any moonwalking maneuvers in these skates. They just, I can tell I'm curling my toes up to try to like grip, and like, no, it's not working out so hot. Let's see, so we covered safety equipment. We covered making sure your boot fits. Have we covered oh yeah, tip number 3 for roller skating, things I wish I knew before I started. You might, if you're a super new skater and you're a little clumsy, you're not super balanced, you just feel a little, woo, maybe a little gun shy, I would not go to a roller rink to practice. It's super public, and the problem I ran into, my boo was super sweet. He was like, hey, let's go to a roller rink. Let's, you know, get you some practice, someplace smooth, someplace kind of cool. But here's what really happened. At first, it was pretty cool. The rink was fairly empty. There were a couple of teenagers who had some skills they were showing off. The teenagers who have the skills, they want to hug the outside of the lane. I thought like passing lane rules, like traffic, like the left side of the circle would be the passing lane. No, they want to hug the outer edge. So when I was trying to hug the outer edge to practice, yeah, they were constantly yelling, on your right, and it would scare me, kind of scare the bejeebies out of me, and then I'd lose my balance and possibly fall and potentially wreck them and make them fall, and I'd feel really bad if I messed them up, because they're jamming, they're dancing, they're doing cool things. They're doing lots of cool things out there on the rink, and they're dancing, they're having a good time, and they're showing off to their friends. So the teenagers will go on the outside of the rink super fast, and then you'll have these kids. Man, all of a sudden the rink started flooding with tiny tots, and they have these little PVC pipe stabilizers, but that doesn't seem to do enough work for them. They still fall over, and anyways, and they're just out there, they're just trying to have a good time, right? But sometimes their parents are like, I don't have to watch them anymore, they're in the rink, they're fine. Not recognizing that their kid, Tiny Tim we'll call him, locked eyes on me and started skating straight my way. Like, we were going to collide. I can't tell you how many times I've almost accidentally run into a kid because I'm not skilled enough to do a quick maneuver at a split-second notice. It's just really stressful. So yeah, too crowded, too stressful. You might actually find it's worthwhile to invest in a great pair of outdoor wheels and try to find a nice space. I mean, like I said, this isn't gonna last forever. Indiana is eventually gonna get really cold. All these parking lots and stuff, they're gonna get salted, unfortunately. But for now, I'm going to enjoy it. And I'm gonna take advantage of this freshly paved parking lot here. It's pretty dope. And have some fun. But yeah, you might not want to go to the roller rink to start. You might want to try a more private area. I recommend trying to find freshly paved parking lots, unfinished basements. If you are going to skate inside, be careful. Maybe go ahead and wear a helmet, because there's still a lot of awful sharp corners in your house. And have we not all, if you haven't seen Rebel from Queer Girl Straight Skate, she posted the importance of helmets, her personal experience. She was just hamming around on skates in the house without a helmet on, fell backwards, hit the back of her head. It looked brutal, and had an experience, had a concussion. I believe she had a concussion. Verify that. But yeah, it's not worth it. Just wear a helmet inside, be careful, watch out for sharp corners, be smart. Like, you don't want to ruin your day and ruin the next year of your life or multiple years of your life, or take, have a really horrible injury. So definitely be safe, but maybe don't go to the rink to start. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just too people-y for me. Maybe I just get a ton of anxiety with people zipping by me and doing all these crazy things around me, and I'm like, I don't even know how to do a T-stop. With this segues, talking about outdoor wheels, this segues into my next tip of something I wish I knew before I started roller skating. Trust your equipment, trust the process. I know it's so hard when you're outside, especially because outdoor skating is a whole new world. You got pebbles, you got twigs, you got ripples in the pavement, you've got cracks. You've got all these things that are going to potentially threaten to take a new skater off balance, but let me tell you what. If you invest in a good pair of outdoor wheels, it doesn't matter how good those wheels are, it doesn't matter how much money you dropped on those wheels, they're not gonna save you from a rock if you're going at a snail's crawl. I get it. It's scary. You start going fast, you're like, ah. Maybe that's just me. I don't have the fearless mindset. I'm an adult roller skater, so I don't have that fearless mindset of just like, whatever, let's do this. Also, I am a lot further away from the ground than like a little kid, so if I fall, it's gonna hurt. It does not hurt as bad though. Remember, tip number 1, I wish I'd known to invest in these guys. These are pretty dope. I will link them. They're really awesome. I have fallen on them and felt nothing. And I used to have black bruises all the time. But anyways, yes, it does not matter if you have invested in really nice outdoor wheels. If you are not going at least at a bit of like a walking / brisk walking pace, they're not going to be able to conquer those pebbles and cracks. And there will be a few pebbles that they still can't conquer. But that's where you use your knowledge of like fast feet, and you alternate your feet really quick, and you can possibly catch your balance again. But yeah, you can't go at a snail's crawl and expect them to work. Sorry, I thought my wheels were broken. I invested in Sure Grip gravity wheels from Amazon, spent a lot of money on them, especially in comparison to my current skates. I also didn't buy enough bearings because I thought 8 bearings was enough. Silly me. Didn't watch any videos before doing what I did. Now the Sure Grip wheels are amazing, and I got 16 the Apic bearings, Apic 9, carry the 1. But yeah, I got 16 of those bearings, so I changed the wheels, I changed the bearings, I got new laces, new toe stops to color coordinate. I didn't know anything about toe stops. Do your research before you start upgrading your skates. It will save you a lot of money. But yeah, outdoor wheels won't save you if you're going like, you're gonna hit a rock and you're gonna go so fast. Not trying to scare you, but yeah, slow skating, your outdoor wheels won't save you. My final tip today, I believe it is tip number 5 to close out this video today. I would definitely recommend, don't lose your joy, right? Remember the element of play. This is fun. This is supposed to be fun. It's a new sport. It's a new activity. I know that a lot of times, especially if you're an adult roller skater and you're just starting up, it's really tempting to take yourself way too seriously on this and to get mad when you're not progressing as fast as others. You see others doing tricks, you see others doing transitions. I'll be honest, I still can't do a transition very well. I can do about a 90-degree transition, but I can't do the whole open book thing very well. And I definitely can't do crossovers right now. And I've been skating off and on for about 2-ish months, maybe 3, give or take on the weather. But yeah, don't get mad at yourself. Remember the element of play. This is supposed to be a fun thing. This is a new activity. So just remember, sometimes you just kind of skate. Maybe you find a clear area where you can skate a little bit slower and try to practice a few maneuvers, or just get comfortable with what you know and have fun. I mean, you got wheels strapped on your feet. You're going at a speed. You're kind of cruising, get the jams going, and just go out there and have fun. Okay, that is all for me. We'll end this video here. The sun is starting to set, as you can see, and it's going to be hard to wake up tomorrow. It's going to be raining and it's going to be 50s, and then it's going to drop down to 30s, but it was great to have another day here. Great to talk to you all. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye.